Danny Flexen here for SecondsOut. Delighted to be joined by the WBA regular world heavyweight champion Daniel Dubois. Daniel, how you doing?
Good. Feeling good.
Glad to hear it. Here at Bermondsey Boxing Club, media workout you've just completed for the big fight against Oleksandr Usyk. Less than 2 weeks away now. Looked in incredible shape up there. Is that the first time you trained at altitude?
Yeah, first time. I think you can see the benefits already. Yeah, it's definitely been. I'm suffering, a lot of hard work, and it's all going to plan.
Don said it was a shock to the system for you at first, but you've adapted quickly.
Yeah, definitely. It's crazy how you adapt in sort of conditions and training every day, the food, and then shedding the weight. So it's needed.
How's the relationship with Don developing? Obviously, it's your first fight together. He's a very experienced trainer, but how are you guys getting on and your relationship?
Great. I feel like you've got a lot of passion, Don, and you feel that when he's talking and coaching you. So it's got different things in me, different strategies, and I feel like we're getting on well. It's blending well. It's a good mix.
What do you find different about Don or his training methods from coaches you've had in the past?
He's just more meticulous. Focuses more on what you need to do, and he's constantly reminding me where other coaches might not pay the same attention. He's still there, making sure you're on it. So it's great work.
He called himself your boxing father. What do you make of that?
Yeah. Yeah, well, the time we spent together, yeah, definitely.
I don't know if you need another father. Your father's quite a good taskmaster in his own way, isn't he?
Very good. Yeah, he's been there from day one, from a little kid, getting in the ring. And yeah, it's been great, having that support behind me that's still there, it's driving me. So, yeah, we're an unbreakable team.
Did you ever push back against that when you were a kid at any point? Like, when he was pushing you in the ring and stuff, did you ever think, I just want to have a break, or I just want to have a week off, or anything?
No,
never.
I
took
loved
to
it. We did have a few days off and so, but it was intense and I loved it. I'm that type of person that needs that routine, that strict sort of, way of life, just to keep you. It keeps you safe, doesn't it? It keeps you out of trouble, and you're just on, one positive mission.
It must be hard, I guess, for a trainer and for your dad to pull you back if they ever need to. Like, I can't imagine you're someone who likes to relax.
No, you need to, get some. Really, that's why they're there, isn't it? They're pulling me back all the time. So, but it's all good. We've done well so far. We ain't finished yet, but it's going now.
You said Don's meticulous and he works on the details of stuff. What would you say you've improved most of in your boxing skill set while you've been out there in Spain?
Just getting lighter, getting faster, speed, more precise, and more ferocious. And, getting out of the mindset what I might have been in before. Going through different trainings, you sort of adapt different habits. So breaking those habits and coming again, fresh, new stuff.
And what I noticed up there, I know it's only a brief media workout, but you were moving your head a lot more than I've seen you on the pads in the past. Is that something you kind of drilled a lot and inspiring as well?
Yeah, well, every time I'm in the ring with him, I'm flinging his jab at me. I've got to keep moving, so yeah, that as well, and it's just part of the game. At this level of boxing, you need to have every part covered, so that's what it is.
A lot's been made of your last fight, both positive and negative. Obviously, the negative that you went down against Lorena, but the positive that you came back, you showed grit and determination that people maybe wanted to see from you. How do you reflect on that fight now?
It was what was needed. I needed to go through that fight. And in the way I did, in the fashion I did. That's all about drama. That's what boxing is, isn't it? Entertainment, money, entertainment. And I'm sure we got that part covered.
Will you be looking to do the same then against Usyk, or does money and entertainment play a backseat to getting the job done?
Performing on the night, that's my main goal right now. I've done all the countless rounds of southpaw sparring, and so I know how to deal with it and what I'm in for. And now it's just all about getting out there and just finishing the job. finishing the job. It's been, suffer it now and live the rest of your life as a champion. That's mine.
I think I've heard that somewhere before.
Yeah.
Don was saying earlier about Usyk. He's obviously watched a lot of him. Are you someone that watches a lot of tape of fighters when you know you're going to be in with them?
Yeah, that is definitely. At the start, I watched loads of tape, loads of the fights of AJ, Josh Chisora, and different parts of pick from each different fight, and Don, he's doing it. He's keeping me on top of it, and so it's just now fight time. Let's get it on.
What's your overall impression of Usyk? Don't tell us too much about your game plan, obviously, but what do you think are his main strengths that you need to negate?
Usyk, he's a cruiserweight. He's smaller than me, so it's no secret he moves around the ring a lot. He's got good feet, so we need to cut the ring off, cut him down. Shut the space down, and different things like that. So, and at this weight, how I feel right now is covered. I'm ready.
Do you feel like knockout is the most likely way you win this fight? It could be quite hard to get a decision over in Poland and to outbox someone like Usyk anyway.
Yeah, definitely. That's what they say. But it's by any means necessary. However you got to do it, you've got to do it. On the night, that's all I'm thinking about. And
did you expect this opportunity to come as soon as it has in your career?
Yeah. I'm a veteran. I'm only 25, but I've been doing this a while. From the age of about 11, from the amateur clubs and all that experience. And it's all just been, I've been maneuvered properly, and I've won every test I've stepped up. They put me in, I've come through it, and so here we are.
Did you face many kind of smaller, tricky southpaws as an amateur?
Yeah, probably. I can't even remember, to be honest, but that's amateur style. And, Usyk's got the footwork and all of that, so it's no secret. Go in there, make it a rough fight. Go in there and bully him. That's what I'm learning to do.
The Chisora fight with Usyk has been brought up a lot in terms of the success he had in the early rounds. How much you're obviously confident in your own ability, but how much extra confidence do you take from that? Usyk didn't seem to like being roughed up by a bigger man.
Yeah, hit anything on sight. So hit anything. Arms, shoulders, head, anything above the waist.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, as long as it's above the waist,
yeah.
or as long as you don't overdo it below the waist, I think you'll be all right. Do you think about kind of the referee and the judges and that kind of thing going to a foreign country?
Sure, there's no secret. I'm not, to be honest, now that you've mentioned it to me.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I'm all over. But honestly, I'm on fight mode, and all of those things, they won't matter to me on fight mode. I need to go in there and be smart and box out my skin like I've never done before.
Do you look at the rest of the heavyweight scene? We've seen Joshua against Helenius. He's faced a bit of criticism. Fury has faced criticism for fighting a UFC guy. But you're the one British fighter in a genuine heavyweight world title fight for 3 belts.
Yeah. What did you say?
No, sorry, I didn't actually ask a question there. I think I just made a statement.
Go on.
But basically, you've got the other heavyweights getting criticised for being in less meaningful fights. You're a Brit who's in a really important fight. Do you feel like this is increasing your profile and you're kind of representing the country?
Yeah. It's all about the win, isn't it? That's all I'm on. My only focus is right now is performing on the night. I'm tired, fed up, but I've got to keep going, and that's the main thing.
How are you, because we said earlier you find it hard to relax, how will you kind of taper off for the last week when the hard training's finished?
Just keep ticking over, keep picturing, visualising, and staying in that fight mentality.
Is that something you do a lot, visualising? Have you done it for a long time as well?
All the time, as a fighter you have to, and it just comes with it. This is a massive moment for me, massive opportunity, and I've come through joys, I've come through all of those experiences, and they've just, I'm now a new man. I feel like this is the fresh start of my career.
So paint a picture for us just before we let you go. In your visions, in your imaginings, how does it end?
How does it end? Win, by any means necessary.
Brilliant.
Yeah, nothing that.
Well, it's up to you, yeah.
Yeah, but
if you want to give me a headline, I mean.
I know you guys are pushing, but I would have, by any means necessary. That's my mentality, you know. Headbutt, knees.
Bit of MMA, yeah. Great stuff. Dan, really appreciate it and very best of luck.
All right, good stuff.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.